Here's your news for October 1st, 2019. We've got some huge news from WWE to start off today, as the company finally had their 2019 season premiere of Monday Night Raw. Last night was just the first of several premieres for WWE this week, and the company kicked off the next 7 days in style with a new commentary team and a brand new stage. Though the show was supposed to be main evented by Universal Champion Seth Rollins taking on Rey Mysterio with the gold on the line, the company took a hard left with this, as Mysterio was attacked by Brock Lesnar in the show's opening segment. Before the beatdown, Mysterio dedicated the match to his 22-year-old son Dominic, who was by his side, though the third-generation star wasn't able to stop Lesnar from beating down his dad. After the beatdown, the Beast incarnate locked eyes on Dominic, who made the wise decision of backing down immediately. Lesnar is just days away from a WWE Championship match against Kofi Kingston on the debut episode of SmackDown on Fox, and it seems his appearance on Raw was a very clear message to the high-flying champion. Lesnar's appearance and beatdown wasn't the only highlight of Raw though, as the show also saw a huge edition of Miz TV with special guests Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. During the talk show, the two Hall of Famers teased squaring off in the ring one last time, but instead of leg drops and figure fours, the two were announced as the coaches for a huge 5-on-5 match for Crown Jewel at the end of this month. The Hulkster and the Nature Boy wasted no time in announcing their teams, as Hogan revealed his captain would be none other than Universal Champion Seth Rollins. In response, Flair chose a man both he and Rollins know plenty about, his old Evolution teammate, Randy Orton. This all nearly led to a captain's match on Raw, but Rollins was instead attacked by Baron Corbin before the match got underway, but he was saved by Rusev, implying the Bulgarian would be joining Team Hogan, while Corbin would be on Team Flair. Rusev's motive for saving the Architect was quickly revealed though, as the former US champion would go to cut a somewhat heelish promo mere minutes after saving Rollins, challenging him to a title match before posing with Hogan. With Mysterio out of the picture, Rollins accepted Rusev's challenge, though their match barely got started before Bobby Lashley made his return to Raw at the top of the entrance ramp. The Destroyer didn't come alone though, as he brought out Lana, who wasn't with Rusev when he returned to be revealed as Maria Kanellis' baby daddy not too long ago. On the ramp, Lashley and Lana locked lips for an uncomfortable amount of time, while Rusev couldn't do anything but watch. Though Lana's actions have come as a shock to many, one person who saw it coming was Aiden English, who asked on Twitter whether saying "I told you so" was too cruel. The 205 Live commentator is of course referring to his One Night in Milwaukee storyline, where he accused Lana of cheating, and it seems the vaudevillain was right all along. Not even a post-show appearance by The Fiend, who faced Rollins just days ahead of their Hell in a Cell match this Sunday, could save this horrific angle. After the show, Wyatt would look to hit Rollins with his sister Abigail, only to get curb-stomped for his troubles, though this didn't seem to rattle The Fiend. 3 super kicks and 2 more curb stomps later though, and The Fiend was down, but as Rollins went for another super kick, Wyatt stared Rollins down as the lights went out, with Rollins ready to attack the ref when the lights went up. It's clear that The Fiend is in the head of the Architect, but Rollins isn't going to give up his Universal title without a fight, so expect big things this Sunday inside Hell in a Cell. There was plenty of action in the ring for the main event, and on the stage, and 2 superstars who saw it all were Randy Orton and King Baron Corbin. The 2 confirmed members of Team Flair for Crown Jewel, Orton sat and watched the match intensely, while Corbin stood, and there's a reason why the King didn't take a seat. Corbin did have a nice seat on his throne, but when he sat down, it caved in and crumbled, but WWE wisely didn't show this on camera. Although fans at home didn't get to see the seat collapse, the Viper certainly did, and Orton had a huge laugh at his partner's expense. Though Corbin and Orton should probably be talking strategy ahead of Crown Jewel on October 31st, we can't exactly blame the Viper for finding this so funny. From Raw to SmackDown now, as the show's premiere on Fox just got took to a new, more electrifying level. Yesterday, WWE announced that The Rock will make an appearance on the show Friday, and this news was confirmed by Dwayne Johnson himself. Older fans will remember that it was the Great One who gave SmackDown its name with his infamous catchphrase, "Layeth the SmackDown," and he won't be the only guest in attendance. Plenty of legends have been announced for the show, including the Brahma Bull's old foe Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, Goldberg, The Undertaker, and more. Aside from the legendary guests, there will be plenty of action in the ring as well, as Kofi Kingston will put his WWE title on the line against Brock Lesnar. Though the stakes are clearly high for Kingston, there's no stakes higher, literally, than in the ladder match between Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, as the loser will be forced to leave WWE for good. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair will once again try to put their differences aside when they take on the Boss and Hug Connection, while Roman Reigns will battle Eric Rowan, a rematch of their bout at Clash of Champions. The show will take place this Friday at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, a building The Rock knows all about, as fans may recall his post-Raw appearance in February 2017 to film and promote Fighting with My Family. While the People's Champion will have a huge night this Friday, he won't have much time to rest, as UFC owner Dana White has said Johnson will also present the BMF title to the winner of Nate Diaz vs. Jorge Masvidal at UFC 244 on November 2nd at Madison Square Garden. Between his work with WWE, UFC, and his huge career in Hollywood, the Great One is proving himself to be the hardest-working man in entertainment today. Over to AEW now, and starting Wednesday, AEW Dynamite will air live on TSN. There's a lot of history between the Canadian network and wrestling, as everyone from WWE, WCW, AWA, and Stampede Wrestling have appeared on their airwaves over the years. This news comes just 1 week after AEW and ITV announced that Dynamite will appear on ITV4 on Sunday mornings, a 4-day delay followed by a 1-hour highlights show the next night. While getting AEW in the UK is a huge deal, fans weren't exactly thrilled about having to wait 4 days or get up at 8 a.m. on a Sunday for the show, and AEW President Tony Khan has now said he's trying to work out a live showing deal with ITV. Until then, fans in the UK will just have to deal with what they've been given or subscribe to AEW Plus on Fight TV, which will let international viewers watch the show live for less than $5 a month. With AEW Dynamite set to air this Wednesday on TNT at the same time as the very first full-length NXT on the USA Network, expect the wrestling world to be changed forever very, very soon. AEW has a huge roster already, though one star both they and WWE may want to consider signing is UFC legend Cain Velasquez. The former heavyweight champion has been dipping his toe more and more into wrestling in 2019, and recently had a meeting with WWE to talk about signing. Though this has led to speculation, we should remind fans that there's no guarantee that Cain will ever move to wrestling full-time, given his contract with UFC. And if he did, this still wouldn't mean he'd sign with WWE, as Velasquez has also been in talks with New Japan and AEW, both of whom could offer him the chance to compete in multiple promotions, unlike WWE, who could offer more money, but exclusivity. If he does sign with WWE after all that, it'd be likely that Cain would feud with Brock Lesnar, who he would be presented as an equal to, and the feud would reference their history in UFC, when Velasquez toppled the Beast to win his first UFC heavyweight title. Before all else though, Velasquez needs knee surgery before any commitments, which will keep him off WWE TV for a while if he does sign. No matter what happens, things are serious enough that Cain and WWE are ready to negotiate a deal, and with Lesnar expected to lead SmackDown on Fox as WWE Champion, the time couldn't be better to bring him in. The Blue Brand's move to Fox may be the biggest change in WWE this week, but the company is producing a ton of new programming, including the Season 9 premiere of Total Divas. One new face on the cast will be Sonya Deville, the company's first openly lesbian superstar who takes her place as an LGBTQ+ role model very seriously. During a promo for the show, Deville and Mandy Rose are shown being led backstage, with the former MMA fighter saying she and Mandy were pitching the first LGBTQ+ storyline in WWE. Obviously, WWE hasn't run with the angle just yet, and if we're being honest, the company doesn't have the best track record with portraying LGBTQ+ characters in storylines. That being said, the company has definitely moved to be a more progressive place, so never say never in WWE. Back to SmackDown now, and with the show moving to Friday nights on Fox, this has meant a lot of change for 205 Live as well. There's been a lot of speculation on the fate of the Purple brand, with reports of the show being cancelled altogether, but now WWE confirmed the show will move to Friday nights alongside SmackDown. With news of 205 Live now being a part of NXT, this is certainly an interesting change, and only time will tell what crossovers fans can expect from the purple and yellow brands. We're looking at WWE superstar Naomi now, as the former SmackDown Women's Champion hasn't been seen on WWE TV since July, and according to the woman herself, fans may have to wait quite a while yet. On Twitter, Naomi said she had been through a lot in the last few months, including health issues and losing a loved one, but she also claimed she will return, though when the time is right. Conversely, the Usos are expected to be back as soon as this week, and though we don't know when Naomi will be back, it's good to know she's doing okay. And finally, we're looking at AEW, and though the company aims to be an alternative to WWE, Cody Rhodes has a certain superstar to thank for introducing him to his fellow EVPs. Speaking to Bleacher Report, Rhodes said that it was Kevin Owens who introduced him to the Young Bucks after Rhodes asked him about being marketable outside WWE. Kevin was the one who said, "I'll introduce you to the Young Bucks. They're the masters of having marketed themselves outside of the company. Me and Brandy were totally fearless in that moment. It was crazy." Rhodes left WWE in 2016 and hasn't looked back since, thanks in part to the prizefighter. We're sure that Cody would have met the Bucks eventually, but having Owens there certainly sped up the process, and who knows, perhaps without Owens, there would be no AEW today. The former Universal Champion is in for the fight of his life this Friday when he and Shane McMahon put their WWE careers on the line in a ladder match on SmackDown. And even if Owens loses, he can rest easy knowing there's probably a spot waiting for him in AEW.